Well, folks, it seems like, according to the news, that there's a projected winner for this election. And wow, it's been a long journey, and we're here. But I want to just say something here. It's actually not about who won or lost here. Um, Actually, because the truth is that we either all win or we all lose. And I just want to remind folks that while half of the voters are really excited about who won, because that's who they wanted to win, I want us to remember that the other half, and that's about 70 million voters, are actually really concerned about what happened. And it's time for us to stop this cycle of gloating or resistance. It's actually the reason why we have to stop doing this is because our division is actually how the whole status quo is being maintained. We need to start thinking about how we can start working together. And so this is a really amazing time for starting to heal. You know, the whole system, which is kind of like this duopoly system, is actually benefiting from us being divided and from being against each other. And again, we either all win or we all lose. It's not really about who won or lost right now. And as we know, power takes a lot of responsibility. And so, as the left or the Democrats and Biden move into power, this is going to be a really important opportunity to start acting with compassion for those who feel like they lost in this election. And how can we actually start listening to each other and start caring for those that are not in power? We can see this through any kind of like conflict or war or whatever. The people who are losing, who are on the losing side, if they aren't tended to or listened to or thought of, then they actually will be resisting or causing trouble in the future. But so it's just like basic compassion, and we just know that like power is an important thing, and so we have to wield power with kindness. Now, I just want to talk a little bit. I'm interviewing this guy for my podcast later. His name's Bill Shireman, and he's written this book called In This Together. And it's about how Democrats, Republicans, capitalists, and activists are uniting to tackle climate change and more. And I'm just super enjoying reading this book. And he uses this amazing language where he talks about how the left are the liberators. Like their role is to sort of create more freedom and expansiveness and new possibilities. And they have a real focus and concern about corporate power, businesses controlling too much power and corporations. Now, the right, their role in this world are the protectors. They are here because they want to make sure that we're safe and that we keep a hold of our traditions. And their main concern is about the government having too much power. And so we look at this and we see, like, on the left, being concerned about the power of business, the right being concerned about the power of the government. And actually, you know, both of these are valid concerns. And this isn't actually really one thing or the other. And these two kind of forces or these two concerns, they're actually complementary. We actually really need each other. This is why there's always going to be a left and a right. This has been going back since like the French Revolution. There's always going to be the concern about the old way or the new way. So these are complementary. We need each other. And so how do we move forward? Well, one of the first things when I'm teaching about conflict resolution or something like that, I ask people, like, can we figure out what is actually the question that we're both trying to answer here? Or what is the underlying need? Or what is the shared concern? Or what is the shared goal? What is it that we're both trying to accomplish? And again, just like a really big hint here, if you can get two people who are in conflict with each other to agree about whatever their topic is that they're trying to talk about, you've already done like half of the work. That's like a huge accomplishment to get people to realize, okay, we all agree that this is an important question to answer. So what is the important question we're trying to answer? What is our shared vision? Um, and so one, there seems to be a bit of agreement that things are getting a little out of control. that the system's not working very well. There's concerns about business, there's concerns about the government, but people are actually really worried about how what the course of our country is, what people are worried about the past and how we got here, and so forth. What are some other things we can agree on? People can agree on we all want prosperity. We want us to be happy and living thriving lives. We all agree that we want freedom. We all want freedom to be living the lives that we want to be living. All of us are concerned about the course of future generations. We also want to be successful. We all want to be successful in our individual lives. We want to be successful as a country as well. We also know that we want to have a positive role in the world. It's the United States has benefited a lot from being a cultural, economic, and sometimes moral leader in this world. And that would be something that would be really great. It would be really amazing. I think we can all agree that we would all like some more kindness in our world. So we agree about these things. We also know that we want less suffering. We want less poverty. We want less dehumanization. So how do we do this? Well, first of all, as I said before, the system right now is benefiting from us being divided, from us thinking that we're actually not in charge. The other way that it's benefiting is that both of these sides are sort of get under the illusion that that it's the government that's trying to control us, or it's the businesses that are in too much power. We're actually giving over way too much power to these different things. When the real truth is that the government depends on us. Businesses depend on us. They need us to be in, but they actually are really counting on us thinking that they're the ones who are in charge, but we're the ones who are in charge. And so this is the time right now. We are the people. We're the ones who are in power. We're the ones that need to be the ones who chart the course of this future. And it's up to us to start saying, like, hey, we're not going to put up with this anymore. We don't want to keep on acting this way. And when we, as the people, like, can figure out how to work together as a united voice, saying that we want more prosperity, we want less suffering, we want less dehumanizing things, we want to start taking care of our environment more, that will be heard, because again, we're the ones who are in charge. They're the ones who depend on us. And so, just kind of in summary here, again, we either all win or we all lose. And now that someone has won and someone has lost in this election, it is now time for those who have won to start bringing in the people who have lost, because we're only going to be able to do this together. So thank you for listening to this. And if you haven't figured it out yet, my YouTube channel, I'm starting to make a bunch of really amazing videos. The link's over there on the side. I'm calling my series Transformation Time with Duncan. I'm part of all sorts of amazing projects and such, but I'm working on a project with Mediators Beyond Borders that is helping us bring better capacity to manage conflict to the world of political and social change. So you can check that out as well. Thank you so much. And also don't miss out on my podcast, Fractal Friends. I'm interviewing amazing people. And Kathy says, yes, people, come together. We've got this. Appreciate you all and have a wonderful day.